Good morning. How are all my friends? How are all my family? I think you all are my family as well. We've arrived here. My name is Reverend Annie Batchelder, and I am here to provide some spiritual information and experiences. I'm a channel. I work in the Akashic records. I'm an Akashic channel is what I call myself. And I'm hoping that this guided meditation will be helpful to you. I'm going to read some of my work in an upcoming, soon to be published book. We're doing the edits now. It's very, very exciting. I am just loving going over the book with my team of wonderful enthusiasts who are really giving me a lot of great feedback and helping me turn this book into something really helpful and worthwhile for you. And I can't wait for getting it to the release point. But right now we're editing. So that being said, I want to do a few things. Let's do a little gratitude, because gratitude never fails to fulfill the need for expression. So here we go. This is by my friend's book, The Grace of Gratitude Reflections by Deborah Perdue. She's a client and a friend, and she's doing my book cover for me. She's done it, and it's just beautiful. And this Zoom background that you can't see on Facebook is one of the book covers, and is part of that. All right, just go into that place inside your heart where you feel grateful, where you can get a sense of your own gratitude. And I'm so glad people are watching this morning. And I was hoping some people would be here. Please do say hello. Your presence is what this is all about. This is why I do this. All right. I am thankful for ever-changing temporal situations. What was bothering me yesterday blows away like a kite in the sky during a strong prevailing wind. Away, away, away. Good morning, Angel Damara. So grateful for the unchanging peace and joy and serenity that is always found within when I let myself go there. Thank you, God. Thankful for close friends who can be confided in and sometimes vented to, who listen with a caring, non-judgmental ear when needed, and offer ideas and solutions that I can take or leave. How amazing to be understood and unconditionally loved by another fellow human being in times of stress, and also to celebrate together in the good times. Today, I am deeply grateful for the giving and receiving of a long-standing friendship. That gratitude lesson reminds me that we have within us, built in, our own inner divine, and we can talk to that inner divine. We can have conversations with this inner divine. And I'm starting to understand I don't have to be on my best behavior. I don't have to be my most successful, shiny self when I am talking to my inner divine. I get to say, what's with this thing? I don't understand this problem. How can I be relieved of this pain and this suffering? Or why do I have this going on? And what's the point of this? And how can I be relieved of the pain or the discomfort or the confusion or the distress? Please relieve me of the distress of whatever is going on. I can really reach in and I can ask for that kind of help. I can complain. I'm not much of a complainer in general, and I don't recommend it. But I know sometimes it's necessary to complain. It's necessary to get that out of me and to reach for a shift somehow through that complaint. And a complaint can be effective, and it can help me shift the energy. It can help me move to a higher state of consciousness. And I would venture to say that most of you who are listening to these recordings are people who want to be in a higher state of consciousness no matter what. And that you're willing to look at yourselves and your history or any of that in order to release the suffering, in order to release the strain and the stress and the distress. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. Releasing the distress. All right. I'm asking the Reconnecting Soul deck, my favorite set of cards by Adrienne. Reconnecting Soul 142 DNA activation cards. I find these very, very useful. And I actually use them a lot in readings. And so I'm going to pick 3 cards to illuminate our day and the energy that is present. All right. So these cards, the symbol is empowering. Ooh, getting that tuned in. Let yourself take in that symbol, because your personality will acquire that symbol much more easily and with less fuss and distress and argument or resistance than the words. However, we are going to read the words. I chose 3 cards, and when I do this, it means the first card is what led up to this. The middle card is where am I now? Where are we now? And the third card is where is this leading? So you get kind of an overview with 3 cards of this kind. Anyway, so this card is the blending card. It says it is through this activation that you are able to share your insights and abilities with others without compromising your own integrity. That's good. I'm going to read that one to you again. Blending. It is through this activation that you are able to share your insights and abilities with others without compromising your own integrity. That's what led up to where we are today. That's not bad. I'm liking that. Okay, now the second card is the one, like I say, where are we now? And it is this card. Just let your personality take in this card, and it's very hard to get that clear on my computer. There we go. Now, this card is the transportation card. Where are we now? Transportation. Okay. Your interdimensional transportation vehicle now awaits your direction. Guide it with your intent to take you wherever you desire. Transportation, your interdimensional transportation vehicle now awaits your direction. Guide it with your intent to take it wherever you desire. Okay, so we've got blending and transportation as the setup for what led up to this, where we are now. And now, where is this heading? And this is really in keeping with where the planets are right now, is this card. And that is the cleansing card. You know, I hear the planets are cleansing us, are in an arrangement that we have to do cleansing, where we're releasing a lot. If old stuff is coming up for you and it's going out, that's great. Don't get too mired in there. Allow it to be released. That's what the guides were saying earlier or last week when I sent out the flyer, the most recent flyer. Cleansing. All unbalanced energies are now incompatible with you. Therefore, you release them easily and peacefully. Cleansing, I'm going to read it again. All unbalanced energies are now incompatible with you. Therefore, you release them easily and peacefully. All right, so that's the setup for today. And as the guide said last week, smoky quartz to be able to receive what we release. And this is a Faden crystal for accessing the Akashic records. And these are some of the tools that we have available to us right now and today. So they're going to be coming into play in this meditation. So take a few deep deep cleansing breaths, as they say. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. We are with you today in the spirit of all that is holy, in the spirit of honoring you and your own holiness. And so we speak to your heart today, directly communicating into your heart from our spiritual hearts. For we are loving you through whatever you are experiencing this day. If you are in deep joy and gratitude, we celebrate that. If you are in deep sorrow and grief, we honor your process and wooing your spirit, lift you so that you feel some relief as the energy available to draw the old energy, the old suffering off of you is so present today. Get a sense of all your chakras lit up, already vibrant, flowing. We may do a little balancing for you. So you may feel a bit of shifting, some enlarging, some made a little bit smaller. There you go. Good, good. And you may find yourself able to stand or sit more straightly so that your energy flows unimpeded. For your chakras are part of you and all that is holy in you and about you, and part of the way that you access all that is holy. You're probably feeling yourself moving through each of the chakras and up and out of the crown chakra. And as you do so, link up with the soul chakra about 12 to 15 inches above the head. And blend with that soul chakra. And your soul chakra will be your multi-dimensional transportation vehicle. As you and your soul chakra blend together, your consciousness shifts and you are released from the limitations of your physical body. And you rise up further and further. Let yourself move through the very subtle, different dimensions as you move up, passing out of the third dimension into the fourth, into the fifth, into the sixth, into the seventh. You might find yourself pausing when you get to the eighth dimension. And here it is if you have to shake off your physicalness fully so that your consciousness can enlarge enough to interact with this eighth dimension of consciousness. Now, for most of you, you have been here in your dreams. You have been here accidentally in your meditations. And some of you have been here consciously, intentionally. And today you are here by virtue of your willingness to release all that has strapped you down, weighed you down, limited your consciousness. You may find that your blending with your soul is more and more complete. Just allow any sounds to take you higher and deeper into your meditation. Allow those sounds to allow you to blend even more completely with your soul. And as you release the last vestiges of anything that feels like a strap or a confinement or a restriction, even in the throat and in the breath and in the body, you might have to move the body a little bit just to let the energy flow here, to rather unzip your physical self and to release your spirit, fully integrated with your soul. You may have a floating sensation that is quite appealing, as if you have slipped out of your physical garment and are now pure energy, consciousness. And you're moving through the 9th dimension and into the 10th dimension. Just let yourself arrive there as pure consciousness. You are arriving in the 10th dimension and you are being greeted by the beings who dwell there. I find dimension number 10 a most beautiful place of consciousness in this vast, ever expanding universe. These beings greet you with joy and some curiosity at you being here today. We have prepared the way for you. You may find these beings drawn to your eyes, for they are interested in experiencing your perception of reality. They are temporary visitors to your consciousness and are simply looking to be illuminated as to how you perceive reality. They are also assisting with disengaging attachments to things like, I am right, you are wrong. And the entire concept of war is being unhooked in you. The entire concept of fighting, protection, defense, all of that is being unhooked in you so that you can experience the freedom that is available here in the 10th dimension. They are sitting back, admiring the handiwork observing your energy as you look without this aspect of protection, defense, alarm, warning, danger, fear, fight. All of this is unhooked. And again, your spirit is refined and released. And your spirit naturally moves up into the 11th and the 12th dimension. And here you are greeted as if you are just entirely surrounded by the spirit of aloha, a welcoming, so inclusive and so perceivable, so transmittable. And it is because you are unclothed and free of 3D reality and all that fight and resistance and war and defense and protect, all that gone. Then literally you are enveloped by this welcoming, loving, kind consciousness. Heart energy is being amplified here. Very good, very good. Just receive as much as you can. Receive as much as you can. And know that you have a place in this environment, that your participation with this set of beings, their consciousness, your welcome and your belongingness here is ensured, is already established, and has been so since you were conceived by the great creatress as a spark of consciousness designed by her. And your presence here in the 12th dimension has been part of the divine plan all along. Create within yourself a memory file and ask to be received again at the time of your choosing. Oh, yes, of course, please come back. You need not even ask, because of the nature of your belongingness here in this dimension, within this level of consciousness, and with these participants. Your welcome is absolutely assured. All right. Thank these beings in the 12th dimension. And begin to allow yourself to move through the dimensions, going down to the 11th and stopping to say thank you to the beings who assisted you at the 10th dimension. Leave a trail of gratitudes behind you, because that turns into a ladder for your return again to these dimensions in the future. And as you move down through the 9th and the 8th and the 7th and the 6th dimension, stop at the 6th dimension and begin to regroup and reassemble your molecules, perhaps not in the exact pattern that they were in when you left this morning, but in the assemblage that befits your design and divine plan now. And notice the shifts and changes in the chakras as they demonstrate these changes in you. By all that is holy, and you are that, you are holy. And now moving into the 5th and the 4th dimensions. Bring this beautiful spiritual soul-infused self back into your 3rd dimensional reality, but bring it back as refreshed, rearranged, and realigned. Let your physical body become aware of the changes in you. And feel the cooperation and the joyful reception you are getting from your cells, your organs, your very physicalness. And coming back into your 3-dimensional reality, welcoming yourself back into your beautiful physical body. Coming back renewed, refreshed, reinvigorated, and inspired. But most of all, fully centered in the holiness of your very consciousness and your physical self. It has been our pleasure to be with you on this fine day, and we thank you for your participation. Thank you, Cordy Traber. Thank you, Angel Damara. Thank you, all the people who will be seeing this on YouTube and working with this energy later. We thank you for your participation. And we bid you adieu for now. All right. I want to invite you, if you want a little more of this kind of energy, at 9 o'clock Pacific time this morning, and every Wednesday, I'm going to be working with my private group. Many of you may be joining the private group, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, which is the same name as my forthcoming book. At 9 o'clock, I will be channeling again, probably the Akashic beings of light. We heard from Anubis today. That was very fun, interdimensional travel. I don't know what they're going to do, frankly. I never know what they're going to do. So I will be channeling, and at some point I'll be taking your questions. So be ready to post your questions in the chat. In the comments, so that I can receive them, and you can ask whatever you want. And especially if you have curiosity about the nature of the soul and what is your soul purpose and how can you feel your soul more, how do you connect with your soul, please, these are the kinds of questions that are relevant to humanity's spiritual development right now, as well as relevant to your personality as it matures spiritually. And a very interesting topic. There's a lot that you can learn and know from your soul. Your soul is a very multidimensional and intricate structure that is designed to function as your connection to the divine. So your soul offers you a lot of opportunities to be engaged with the divine. I highly recommend it. So join the group Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness on Facebook, and join me at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Maybe set yourself a little reminder and come there. The only other piece of information I'm supposed to give you is I do Akashic Records readings. We go into the record of your soul's entire journey, all your past lives, all the things that you as a soul in human form have ever said, thought, or done, is recorded in the Akashic Records. So any information you want to gather is the good place to go. And it's all about the soul. And it's also extremely loving, because the energy of the Akashic Records are fundamentally based in judge not, fear not, and resist not. So these three elements are what you get to be in. This is the energy you get to be in, and it makes shifts and changes really easy to negotiate. And I love escorting people there. It's my true soul purpose. All right, I thank you again for being with me this morning, and I invite you to join me for readings or sign up for readings on my website, anniechannels.com. Bless you. Thank you, Alyssa Emily Cole. I love you very much.